Hello guys, welcome back to Scry Guide. We are doing another top 10 commanders, but for October 2023, and I have here again with Barry, my co-host here.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
All right, there have been some new commanders in top 10 lately, some surprising ones. Unfortunately, there are some that I wish there could have been on top 10 of the EDH rec, but there isn't. But here we go, starting off with Willet, the Rock Cleaver, which is Demir colors, two colors, Zombie Warrior, legendary creature, right? Whenever another zombie you control dies, if it didn't have a decayed, create a 2/2 zombie creature with token with decay on it, and then at the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice a zombie. If you do, draw a card. So zombies are coming back, you know?
Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised about that. I mean, it didn't show anything in like the caverns of what's called the Lost Caverns that they're gonna do a lot of zombies. So I'm surprised that this is back on top.
Yeah, I mean there are fungus zombies in the set, which is probably the most scariest thing in Ixalan.
The Last
Uh,
of Us. They're
yeah,
preparing for the Last of Us.
yeah, basically. But yeah, we got some three highlight cards here, like Diagraph Captain, Rooftop Storm, and then Necro Duality, which are just amazing cards in this build.
Yeah, I mean, Rooftop Storm has been like it's been zombie omniscience forever.
Yeah, just a really just a good EDH card. In literally any zombie deck. I have played this in my first EDH deck, which is Mundar zombies, and I had to play that, and I just throw my whole board out, like my hand there it goes on a battlefield. But yeah, it's a really sick deck, and then with the new printing of Necroduality, you could do some crazy stuff with it.
Are they reprint? Oh no, are they reprinting Necroduality?
Oh no! That's like I guess it's almost like a year now. That's from Crimson Vow. So yeah.
Yeah, that card is so. I think that card's still holding its price up right now, isn't it?
I think so. It's about 10 or 15. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, guys. But yeah, it's a really powerful card.
Yeah.
Just a disgusting card. But
They
let's.
should do that for elves too, just so you
Oh
know.
man, no, they shouldn't. But yeah, let's go on to number 9. Miriam,
Oh,
Sentinel Worm. I know. Teamer color, 3 colors, flying war 2, and then whenever a non-token dragon enters the battlefield under your control, create token that's a copy of it, except the token isn't legendary if it's the dragon is legendary. So just a very powerful dragon commander here.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely warranted itself as a like KOS, kill on sight type of commander.
Oh yeah, if you don't kill it, because I have so many games. I have a buddy of mine that we always play with every Wednesday, and if you don't kill it, he'll make a copy of himself, and then 3 copper
Yeah.
dragon. It just
Oh,
gets bad real quick.
yeah, it definitely feels like it feels like one of those commanders that like if it just survives the turn, it's definitely gonna get out of hand. It's like I don't know if I could say it's worse than Narset.
Yeah. It.
Because Narset can whiff.
Oh yeah, Narset can whiff this. I mean, it could theoretically whiff if the opponent keeps
Some
a bad
counters.
hand, but like it's so bad. Just the war 2 really hurts because like you gotta like, all right, I gotta save two more mana just kill it, or you have a board wipe, which is just insane to me. But like, let's look at the top 3 highlights of this commander. We got Spark Double, so that's like another clone for Miriam, Cloth, and the Nature Cop and Dragon here.
Yeah, and like honestly, I would rather I actually would rather have Old Gnawbone over Copper Dragon in this slot, just because like it's one more mana, but you get the guaranteed treasures.
Yeah, I get you there. Yeah, like
Yeah,
but ancient Cop Dragon just everywhere now. Like I barely see like old Knobbone just chilling, just a green one. Like I'm
yeah.
superior to you. I don't need to roll just to see how many trigger I get. I need the damage.
Well, like it's funny because like the only reason I feel like Ancient Copper Dragon is holding its price at like what 50 $60,
Yeah,
it's because it's doing something that's sort of out of its color pie, right? Old Gnawbone, you kind of don't need Old Gnawbone in green.
yeah. Old
Like
Knobbone is like a red card for sure.
yeah, just imagine what Old Nabo's price would be if it was red.
Oh my goodness, it would be disgusting. It would be like
Yeah,
a $100 card.
or like just
Gross.
imagine him in like would it work with Heartless Hidetsugu?
Heartless. Oh no! Ew, ew, no! Just
Would that
like,
work?
I
Hold on,
think it. I think Heartless. I think it deals damage, right? Or it just.
yeah, it deals damage.
So yeah, I think it would work.
Yeah. Oh no! Old Nabone specifically says combat
Oh,
damage.
okay. Thank goodness. That'd be disgusting. Like, yeah, I'll just make like 60 traders and just kill you guys
Yeah,
now.
but cloth is just as good as well.
Yeah, Colossus is just disgusting having two out and just making just so much mana, just
Oh
abundance
my
amount of
god.
it. But yeah, let's move on to number 8. It's uh, Lythro, Blade of the Elves, Golgari colors, 2 colors, legendary creature, Elf Noble, Menace, and then whenever Lythro, Blade of the Elves, deal combat damage to a player, create that mini 1/1 green elf warrior creature token, and then tap 10 untap elves you control. Each opponent loses 10 life, and you gain 10 life. So that it's a pretty good commander. Been a staple in the EDH format for about 5 years, I believe. That's when Kellenheim came out. So yeah, it's a really good
It has
commander.
not been 5 years.
That Keldenheim came out maybe 4. Has it been 4 or 5 years? I don't remember.
No, I think it's been like 3 years.
Has it been 3 years? Man, feels like
Yeah,
it's been
like
longer.
wait, oh well, let me look it up. Kellen High release. Uh 2021.
Oh,
Jesus.
never mind. 3 years. My bad, guys. It was at the beginning of the year. I was like, keep on thinking, like, man, we are moving through sets, like so much product coming out where it's like I don't even know. So
Yeah, I don't blame you on that.
yeah, but yeah, just a really strong elf commander and black too. So you have more answers and like more card advantages there. But yeah, let's look at the 3 highlights of this commander here. Priest Titania,
Yeah.
Marwyn, and then Azuri. Just all stars in the elf deck.
Listen, all I'm saying is, elf duality could be a thing.
I think you're wrong. I think you need to put it like $1 in the hot take jar.
Okay, but thankfully Paradox Engine is banned because then this card would go even more nuts.
Oh man, I wish Paradox Engine was legal. I would. Oh my goodness, in foods, can you imagine the power? Oh
Yeah, but
man.
like in elves, it's just gonna go so much like stronger. I feel like,
Oh man.
especially with this commander, because you just tap all your creatures. All right, I'm gonna deal 10 damage. All right, I'll cast a Llanowar elf.
Yeah,
Untap all
just.
my elves.
Oh yeah, that is pretty disgusting too. Just doing that. And it's a lot of mana you produce, and then you could just overrun your opponent with the number of elves. And then you have Guy's Cradle too.
Yeah,
But yeah, just really powerful cards. But let's move on to the next commander here. Number 7. Nekazar, the
oh,
Mind Razor. Grixis, 2 colorless, legendary creature, zombie wizard. At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player draws an additional card. And then whenever opponent draws a card, Nekazar, the Mind Razor, deals 1 damage to that player into 2/4. So that's I hate this commander. Let's just I'm gonna just get that out of the way. This commander is just so mean.
I know, but I'm actually surprised just because like I feel like Nekasar is like sort of fallen out of tables. I haven't seen him in such a long time.
Oh man, I lost to a Nekazar deck in a CDH table. So the guy that was playing it literally played Sheldred, so we were taking like 3 damage, then he's Wheel of Fortune, then I died. Like tight, I just
It,
took 21 damage, and then he had a Howling Mine out just to finish me off. Like darn, like it's so just a disgusting card. And speaking of Sheldred, in the top
yeah,
3. Just a really just gross commander and a very unique one too. Depend on like your opponent's drawing a lot of cards too, so just really sweet.
I mean Sheldon is just keeping everybody honest. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Shelter is just an insane card to me.
Oh, and
Uh,
Orcish Bowmasters is crazy with it too.
yeah, Orchid Bow's Master, and then you got Dark Deal, and then any other type of wheels you have. Like you don't always have to
Yeah.
have Wheel of Fortune to build it, but like you want all like the big wheels, the small wheels, or any of that to finish your opponents off.
I
And
mean, yeah,
yeah,
you're in perfect colors. Like Grixis. I think that's like all the wheel cards.
Oh yeah, all of them. They got Windfall. Try to
Yeah.
think like any other cool ones. Like you got some
I
red
mean,
ones
there's
in
that.
there.
There's Days Undoing.
Yep,
Wheel of Fortune, Wheel of Misfortune.
yep. Oh,
Yeah.
Mars Fortune, and just deals so much damage. And you do have a discard, or like the discard pink spells too, like the enchantments
Oh,
like Megmine or the few ones are there. But let's move on and get this commander off my screen. All right, next one, number 6. Yuriko, the
uh,
Tiger's
oh,
Shadow.
oh no! Look at this.
Oh man, Demir, one colorless, legendary creature, human ninja, commander ninjutsu for a black and a blue. And then whenever ninja you control deals combat damage to a player, reveal the top card of your library and put that card into your hand, and each opponent loses life equal to that card's mana value. So, I know this is your favorite, Barry, but what is your take on this?
Listen, like okay, so like when this set came out, they also came out with a commander that had like Commander Bestow, or it didn't have Commander Bestow. It just had a bestow cost, right?
Yeah.
I have to pay commander tax if I want to bestow that commander onto something again. It is ridiculous that Yuriko is always forever 2 mana.
Yeah, that is. I think she's the only one that has that type of. Oh no, there's
So there's a
the
Duretti or Duretti.
Duretti. There we go. We're thinking of the same thing. The bank guy.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's a really powerful ability for some of these commanders to have, and just have a really insane ability. With some of the cards that I picked for the highlight here, we got uh, Changeling Outcast, Shadow Immortality. Shadow Immortality is like the big cost, like you could put like God, what's another like big fatty like the Eldrazi's. Everyone takes 10, and you have like Skull Rack just to put all your stuff back, all your big stuff, and just keep on swinging, deal more damage,
yeah,
and then win the game through
yeah.
there.
Like okay, so Yuriko wouldn't be so bad if the commander tax got tacked onto the commander ninjutsu as well.
Yeah,
Because then, like after the first time, you're like, all right, cool, let's try to get rid of it. But just the fact that it just stays 2 mana, and then you're just obviously you're filling this deck up with all these 1 drop, 2 drop creatures that can't be blocked,
yeah,
and
it's
then you're taking 20 to the face because it's just all also ninjas.
yeah, and like the fact that you could like skull rack instant speed, like you draw like, all right, cool, I'm gonna skull rack to the second ability, put that same card on top, reveal it again,
Uh,
like it's disgusting there. Tetsuku, make sure all your like one power 1 or less creatures get through after like ninjas and stuff, and then chain the outcast. I think there are a few safe difters that are in this deck too. This is like the
yeah,
main one, but yeah, just a really powerful like commander.
yeah, ridiculous,
Yeah,
totally ridiculous.
I'll get this off the screen for you, Barry. Let's move on to number 5. That's one of your, I believe that's one of your favorite, the one that you had to destroy. It is Hilda, the Icy Crown. Still up there in the top 10. It got bumped
Uh,
down, but it's still here.
I mean,
So
Azori's control.
yeah, it's already controlled. So it's blue and white, 2 colorless, legendary creature, human warlock, and then whenever you tap a untapped creature in opponent control, you may pay 1. When you do, choose 1, create a 4/4 white blue elemental creature token, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control, and then discard 2 and draw a card.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah, this
this this deck was so much fun to build. But it's like when you're at the table playing this type of deck, it's just you're having fun.
Yeah, it's gross. Firsthand, just watching Barry just like tap on my stuff, like wow, I think we're just gonna die like maybe now because his creature just getting bigger and bigger,
Uh,
and just yeah, with oppression on his side too, just taps creature trigger, like it's just
it's so
disgusting.
it's like I'm a what's it called? What do you call those dudes in symphonies? A
Uh,
conductor.
a
I'm
conductor, yeah,
conducting the battlefield.
yeah. You're basically just controlling the board, but yeah,
Yeah.
3 cards here, just really taking advantage of anything that you tap, like Will Breaker, Junk Winder, and then Variety Circle,
Oh
which just gives you value.
yeah, dude. Varieties or Verity Circle
Oh,
or
Verity.
however you say it. is like it was like a pet card of mine during the set it came out in, and I will always just try to make that card work. And then
Yeah.
finally having a commander that could do that, oh, chef's kiss.
Yeah. And then just Junk Lighter, just affinity for tokens. When you get like enough 4/4s, you just cast for 2 blue, and then Will Breaker, just a really gross card
Yeah.
in that deck. So, yeah.
Uh,
Oh man, let's move on to number 4. What do you think number 4 going to be?
I'm thinking it's something from Wilds, but I don't know.
Ooh. Okay. Wilds, and you are correct. It's a Layla,
Oh,
Cunning Conqueror. Black and blue, 2 colorless, legendary creature, fairy warlock. Flying, and then whenever you cast your first spell during each opponent's turn, create a 1/1 black fairy rogue creature token with flying. And then whenever one or more fairies you control deal common damage to a player, go target creature that player controls. Everyone's still brewing with this commander, which is really good. You know, the Wild Eldraine was a really fun set to brew around. With all the new legendary creatures that came out, and especially she came in one of the EDH decks, and I think she's going to stick around in the top 10 for a minute.
yeah, and I think that's like it's because it's something that like Demir hasn't really done so much, and it is like more like controlling people's creatures to attack.
Yeah,
I don't think that's like it's pretty rare. Like I know there was like a Esper commander that did something like that, and maybe there was something from Baldur's Gate that I think had a trigger is like whenever a creature you don't control attacks with a goat or whatever, you draw a card.
yeah, they're definitely. I know there's a Planeswalker that does that. I can't remember the name right now, but yeah, let's look at the top 3 here. Just a bunch of fairies. We got Scion Ona, Fairy Mastermind, and then Ona herself.
The original Fairy Queen.
Yeah, and then I'm pretty sure some decks played the Ona combo with Helm. Oh man, what's the one artifact? It's like you don't
Helm
want
of Obedience.
not is it Helm Obedience? It,
I know. I'm trying to think. There's like a Helm of the Host, Helm of Obedience.
it might be Helm Obedience where you just like exile your opponent's graveyard, or no,
Oh yeah,
your library into a graveyard, where you
yeah,
just mill
and
them out.
yeah, and I think with Una, you could also just do that with Painter Servant.
Oh yeah, Painter Servant too. You just play
Yeah,
Painter
because you're
Servant.
like, yeah. Hey, do white. Oh, you can't.
Oh man, Panda Servant is just a
Uh,
gross card too. But yeah, just a generic good fairies here. A new inclusion with Fairy Mastermind, which came out in March Machine, uh, I believe 5 months ago. So yeah, let's move on to number 3. The Ur Dragon. Up,
nah.
it got raised up, which is surprising. You know, everyone's up on the dragon game. You know.
Well, I
Uh,
think because of the recent reprinting from Commander Masters, it made it a little bit more affordable.
Yeah, I don't know what was the Earth Dragon's price before Commander Masters. Was it really expensive?
Yeah, I think it was like around the $50-$60 range.
Dang, that's really expensive. Dang, I didn't think
Yeah,
about
but
it.
dragons is such a popular like type,
Yeah,
and then obviously, well, why not have a cost reduction in the command zone?
yeah, no. So, white, blue, black, red, green, 4 colorless, legendary creature, dragon avatar, and then emergence. As long as the Earth Dragon is in your command zone or on the battlefield, other dragon spells you cast cost 1 list to cast, and then flying. And then whenever one or more dragons you control attacks, draw that many cards. Then you may put a permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield. So just a really powerful ability into 10/10. But let's look at the 3 highlights of the Earth Dragon. Miriam. Miriam could be in any type of dragon deck as long as 5 colors.
Yeah,
And then got Utavara, Hellkite, and then Cloth again. Just really
yeah,
powerful dragons for this type of deck when you're just basically just swinging and dealing combat damage.
yeah, and definitely you have like all those like flying support cards too, or dragon support, where whenever a dragon enters the battlefield, deal that much damage.
Yeah. Just yeah, they're just nothing else. Just a good commander, good tribal deck, and yeah, let's move on to number 2. All right, number 2 is Arietti, the Charmed Apple at number 2. She got knocked off by by surprising commander that got up there. So, Orzhov, one colorless, legendary creature, human warlock, and then each creature that's enchanted by an aura you control can attack you or a planeswalker you control. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent loses X life, and you gain X life for X is the number of auras you control into 2/4. So, C has been getting really good lately with some of the cards that have been coming out.
Yeah.
I just really good adds to the deck. Like you get my version is slowly becoming just really high casual, but not like CDH yet. I'm pretty sure C could be a CDH commander for sure if you put like more of the fast mana in there and more of the expensive enchantments and stuff like that. But yeah, she's pretty solid. I think she's gonna stick around in the EDH. God, what's the word? I'm gonna say community. But yeah, she's gonna stick around for a bit.
All right, let's see some of these top 3 cards.
The same old, same old. So we got Killian Ink, Duelist, Uda, Spirit Dancer, and then Songbird's Blessing, which is one of my favorite cards in Ariete. Just a really just dumb card that gets you an aura from the top, and then you put it on and just dumb. And then Uda, the Spirit Dancer, just copies any aura, your first aura, first enchantment aura that come in the battlefield. And
that
just
card's slowly creeping up in price.
oh man, it's like $20 now. My budget build, it's not a budget card anymore. It used to be like $3. Like when I made that video, it's crazy.
I spec on that card just as like questing druid.
Oh man, questing druid. Whew, that card is it's going to the moon. But yeah, just really powerful cards. And you're in Orzhov here, but fortunately you're not in green. If it was in green,
oh.
Ooh, it'd be nutty, let me tell you.
Yeah, too bad these like princesses from Wilds of Eldraine weren't 3 colors.
Yeah, no.
I think they would have been a lot more fun that way. But I mean 2 colors is fine too. But yeah, just because you're missing in the green, like I've seen you play this deck and I was like, I could see it, but then it's just like sometimes you're just lacking on the card draw.
Yeah,
Enchantresses really would have helped in there.
Yeah, the card draw is a little rough, but that's why we play some stuff like Call the Ring, and then some of the aura guys that like whenever you cast an aura spell, draw a card that are essential to the deck. But yeah, it's a pretty solid deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's move on to number 1. All right, what do you think number 1 going to be?
Golos.
Maybe in a parallel universe, you know.
I miss my boy.
I don't miss it. I don't miss that era. But number 1 is good old Atraxa, Praetor's Voice. Green, white, blue, and a black. Flying, vigilant, death touch, lifelink. At the beginning of your end step, proliferate. Just it was going to climb up there anyway. This card has been getting so many toys from all the different sets that have been coming out. And
right. So many new counters.
Oh yeah, it's so many. And the highlights of this deck, you go down many routes. Infect, just a bunch of counters and stuff like that. It's just a really dumb deck.
Yeah, I have yet to find a fun Atraxa deck.
Yeah, there really isn't a fun Atraxa deck. Like, it's either you're into Infect route or you're into counter route, you know?
Yeah, or you're in the Super Friends route, so you play all the stacks pieces.
Yep, Super Friends.
You know?
I want to build a Super Friends deck, but like all the commander that want to play Super Friend are not nice. You know, I want to play something fair.
I don't know, but I think like I don't know, like I've built a couple of Super Friends decks before, and it's just like after a while you're like, all right, man, whatever.
Yeah. All right, yeah.
But Atraxa, I think, has to be like the number 1, right?
Yeah, Atraxa's number 1 at the Super Friends. Just really gross with all the different toolbox cards you have in there.
Yeah, and like all the new proliferate cards that they've been like coming out with as well. Sometimes like you don't even need Atraxa at some point.
Yeah, and then especially with the Fallout set that's commander set that's coming out, like introducing the radiation counters. Those are really powerful, let me tell you.
That I don't think I would mind for the first bit. Until it just absolutely got ridiculous. You're like, all right, are you done?
Yeah, like proliferate to like 20, and then you mill 20. It's like, oh, all right. All right, everyone. I'd like to say thank you for watching and thank you for 102 subs. We did it. 102
Yeah,
subs.
yeah. Next is 1,000. Let's go, baby.
Yeah, we're definitely hopefully soon I get to upgrade some of my equipment here. Definitely some better videos in the future when I get some of the equipment here. Yeah, we're hopefully we get to 1,000 and do some special stuff there. We'll definitely work on our goals for 1,000 and work on some other stuff with that too.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, like if we can get to 1,000, I think obviously we got to do a giveaway. I
Yeah.
think that'd be pretty sick to do for everyone who's been following us and liking our stuff. So I'm gonna say we appreciate you guys.
Yeah, and if you get to this point, if you want to see any commanders that isn't in our YouTube video right now, definitely leave a comment if you want us to build one of the top 10 commanders that are on the list. If we already built them, they'll be in the link in the description below for you guys. But yeah, I think that's it. My name is Quest,
My name is Barry.
and thank you for watching, guys.